Hi there, I'm Vanafay and welcome to Dragon Age Origins, episode 10.
Ah, your eyes finally open. Mother shall be pleased.
What happened? I remember you. You're the girl from the wilds.
I am Morrigan, lest you have forgotten, and we are in the wilds where I am bandaging your wounds. You are welcome, by the way. How does your memory fare? Do you remember Mother's rescue?
No, I don't remember anything like that. But how did she get to us? We were on top of the tower.
Mother managed to save you and your friend, though 'twas a close call. What is important is that you both live. The man who was to respond to your signal quit the field. The darkspawn won your battle. Those he abandoned were massacred. Your friend, he is not taking it well.
They were all killed? But the Grey Wardens are darkspawn killers, surely. Surely some of them survived. Duncan? Someone?
All dead. Your friend has veered between denial and grief since Mother told him. He is outside by the fire. Mother asked to see you when you awoke.
That doesn't make sense. They were absolutely certain that we'd be able to win this. How could they have misjudged so badly? I'm not sure I'm ready to deal with that. Were my injuries bad?
Yes, but I expect you shall be fine. The darkspawn did nothing Mother could not heal.
Right. And I guess Alistair's okay as well then.
He is, as you are. I suppose it would be unkind to say he is being childish.
It would, actually. Some of the people who died meant a lot to him.
And you think they would encourage his blubbering? If so, they are not the sort of Grey Wardens the legends note.
I don't think they'd begrudge him his grief, Morrigan. Anyway, do you know why your mother wants to see me?
I do not know. She rarely tells me her plans.
Really? Do you mind if I ask about that?
I do not mind. Take your time.
You don't know us. We'd only met just prior to the battle. So why did your mother save us?
I wonder at that myself. But she tells me nothing. Perhaps you were the only ones she could reach. I would have rescued your king. A king would be worth a much higher ransom than you.
I'm surprised you think coin is important out here. You don't barter for your goods?
Who says I would ransom for coin? Gold has its uses, I suppose, but power buys far more.
But how did she get to us? We were at the top of the Tower of Ishal. There was an entire horde between here and the top of that tower.
She turned into a giant bird and plucked the two of you from atop the tower, one in each talon. If you do not believe that tale, then I suggest you ask Mother yourself. She may even tell you.
Were we the only ones she saved? Did anyone else make it out?
Only stragglers that are long gone. You would not want to see what is happening in that valley now.
Why? What's happening?
Are you sure you want me to describe it?
I wouldn't have asked if I didn't want to know, Morrigan.
I had a good view of the battlefield. 'Tis a grisly scene. There are bodies everywhere, and darkspawn swarm them, feeding, I think. They also look for survivors and drag them back down beneath the ground. I cannot say why.
I don't suppose there's any point trying to rescue those survivors.
If you are willing to run into the midst of the horde, perhaps.
Right. Silly idea. But how long are we going to be safe here? Are the darkspawn coming this way?
We are safe, for the moment. Mother's magic keeps the darkspawn away. Once you leave, 'tis uncertain what will happen. The horde has moved on, so you might avoid it.
Alright. Think I've asked enough questions?
I agree. 'Tis time you speak with Mother, then be on your way.
Okay, nice. Okay, so we got something just then. What did we get? Short bow. Was it the equipment from the guards? I think it was the equipment from the tower guards. Alright, nice. Always happy to get my... Oh my gosh, we're 85 out of 90 capacity. That's not good. Okay, I'll need to put some stuff on. Make some room. Okay, Give me some arrows, I think. Let's get me some spirit arrows. Oh, God, that quiver just looks so cool. And those arrows as well. Oh, lovely. Okay. And then when we get our other party members, we'll be able to take a few more out of here and we'll have more space again. Very nice. Okay. We managed to get to 2 gold. Sweet. Okay. I hope she's not going to mind me stealing stuff. 6 copper, naturally. Don't expect that there would be a lot of stuff. Key required. Okay, there's no way I can I can get into that. That's fine. Alright. Weird. Weird the kind of things that are in here. She's very much into potion making then. I approve of all the books. I do approve of all of the books, I have to say. Okay. I can't speak to Morrigan again, can I?
You must speak to Mother, then be gone. You have an army of darkspawn to avoid, and 'twould be best to get an early start.
Messaranas, Morrigan. I would be dead without you and your mother. You have my gratitude.
You were welcome. Though Mother did most of the work, I am no healer.
Right, I'll go and speak to your mother.
I will stay and make something to eat.
Let's get outside. Poor Alistair.
See, here is your fellow Grey Warden. You worry too much, young man.
You're alive. I thought you were dead for sure.
So did I. Should be very grateful to Morrigan's mother for everything she's done.
Oh, this doesn't seem real. If it weren't for Morrigan's mother, we'd be dead on top of that tower.
Do not talk about me as if I am not present, lad.
I didn't mean... But what do we call you? You've never told us your name?
Names are pretty, but useless. The chastened folk call me Flemeth. I suppose it will do.
The Flemeth? From the legends? Daveth was right. You're the Witch of the Wilds, aren't you?
And what does that mean? I know a bit of magic, and it has served you both well, has it not?
Flemeth. That does sound familiar. Flemeth. Oh, you're Asher Bellinar. You saved us? Why?
Well, we cannot have all the Grey Wardens dying at once, can we? Someone has to deal with these darkspawn. It has always been the Grey Warden's duty to unite the lands against the Blight. Or did that change when I wasn't looking?
I don't think Lurgian believed that when he decided to leave us to die.
That doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it?
Now that is a good question. Men's hearts hold shadows darker than any tainted creature. Perhaps he believes the Blight is an army he can outmaneuver. Perhaps he does not see that the evil behind it is the true threat.
The Archdemon.
I don't understand what he could possibly have hoped to gain by betraying us to the darkspawn.
The throne? He's the Queen's father. Still, I can't see how he'll get away with murder.
You speak as if he would be the first king to gain his throne that way. Grow up, boy.
If Al-Eamon knew what he did, he would never stand for it. The Landsmeet would never stand for it. There would be civil war.
And this Al, he's someone important then?
I suppose. Al-Eamon wasn't at Ostagar. He still has all his men. And he was Kaelin's uncle. I know him. He's a good man, respected in the Landsmeet. Of course, we could go to Redcliffe and appeal to him for help.
Lurgian was an honourable man too. How do we know we can trust this Al-Eamon?
The Arl would never do what Tan Loghain did. I know him too well. I still don't know if Al-Eamon's help would be enough. He can't defeat the Darkspawn horde by himself.
Then what about the other Grey Wardens? You said that there were some in All there, was it? All the Free Marchers, something like that? Couldn't we call them here?
I don't know how to contact them, or if they're even on their way. We need to do something now.
You have more at your disposal than you think.
Of course! The treaties! Grey Wardens can demand aid from dwarves, elves, mages, and other places. They're obligated to help us during a blight.
I may be old, but dwarves, elves, mages, this Arleman, and who knows what else. This sounds like an army to me.
So can we do this? Go to Redcliffe and these other places and build an army?
I don't think it's going to be that easy, Alistair.
And when is it ever?
It's always been the Grey Warden's duty to stand against a blight. And right now, we're the Grey Wardens.
So you are set then, ready to be Grey Wardens.
It seems we are. Messerana, Sasha Bellana.
No, thank you. You are the Grey Wardens here, not I. Now, before you go, there is yet one more thing I can offer you.
The stew is bubbling, Mother dear. Shall we have 2 guests for the eve, or none?
The Grey Wardens are leaving shortly, girl. And you will be joining them.
Such a shame. What?
You heard me, girl. The last time I looked, you had ears.
You want to send your daughter with us? Well, I suppose if she wants to.
Her magic will be useful. Even better, she knows the wilds and how to get past the Horde.
Have I no say in this?
You have been itching to get out of the wilds for years. Here is your chance. As for you, Wardens, consider this repayment for your lives.
I see. Well, we're not in any position to turn down help freely given. So, very well. She can come with us.
Not to look a gift horse in the mouth, but won't this add to our problems? Out of the wilds, she's an apostate.
If you do not wish help from us illegal mages, young man, perhaps I should have left you on that tower.
Point taken.
Mother, this is not how I wanted this. I'm not even ready.
You must be ready. Alone, these two must unite Ferelden against the darkspawn. They need you, Morrigan. Without you, they will surely fail, and all will perish under the Blight. Even I.
I understand.
And you, Wardens. Do you understand? I give you that which I value above all in this world. I do this because you must succeed.
Of course. We'll keep her safe.
Allow me to get my things, if you please. I am at your disposal, Grey Wardens. I suggest a village north of the wilds as our first destination. It is not far, and you will find much you need there. Or, if you prefer, I shall simply be your silent guide. The choice is yours.
I'd like to ask you a few questions before we get underway.
I may have answers. Ask.
We need to know how best to utilize you, so what skills do you have?
I know a few spells, though I am nowhere near as powerful as Mother. I have also studied history and your Grey Warden treaties.
Can you cook?
I can cook, yes.
Don't listen to him, Morrigan. You don't have to cook.
You missed your chance. Now it's charred rabbit from here on out.
Alistair, I'm Dalish. Cooking meat is basic survival. Everyone in my clan could do that. We're not going to char the rabbit. Anyway, you said the darkspawn could still be in the forest. How are we going to get past them?
The real question is how we are going to get your friend past the darkspawn, is it not?
That's true. We can sense the darkspawn. Conversely, they can sense us.
I don't sense anything.
You won't right away. No. It takes time. We should be able to sneak past smaller groups, but larger ones, or particularly intelligent darkspawn, will always detect us.
Mother has given me something else for them to smell instead as we pass by. It is important we head out of the wilds, however, not farther in.
Are the darkspawn further in?
They come from underground, like an eruption. They broke through deep within the forest, and that is where they will be most concentrated.
Right, that makes sense. So, I hadn't heard Ashabelana had children. You're really her daughter?
'Twas she who raised me, and thus I consider her my mother, born from her womb or not. 'Tis what you meant, yes?
And she'll be okay here alone without you?
Mother was alone long before I came, and will be so long after I am dead. Such is her choice, though I suspect she would claim the choice was made for her.
Well, she is a mage without a clan to protect her. Speaking of, have you ever been outside the wilds?
From time to time. I have been to the village I mentioned, watched its people, and pondered what curious beings they are. On occasion, I purchased goods from the village merchants. There I spoke with men a little. There they stared and knew me as an outsider. Mother wishes for me to expand the horizon of my experience beyond the wilds. Even she was not born here.
Which explains why she's pushing you off onto us. But is that what you want?
What I want is to see mountains. I wish to witness the ocean and step into its waters. I want to experience a city rather than see it in my mind. So, yes, this is what I want. Actually, leaving is harder than I thought, however. Perhaps Mother is right. It must simply be done quickly.
Yeah, it is better done quickly. Anyway, tell me about this village.
'Tis a small place of little consequence called Lothering. No more than a stop along your Imperial Highway where travellers purchase goods from local farms and smiths. I would go more often were it not for the town's chantry. It makes the village particularly intolerant and unpleasant for a stranger such as me.
A chantry? And they never in all this time thought that maybe you were a witch?
Of course they have. They even called out their Templars once. They found nothing.
That doesn't sound ideal. I don't want to get mixed up with Templars. Do we have to go to Lothering?
I mention it for its tavern, where travellers gather with news from other places. 'Tis small enough that our appearance might go unnoticed. Beyond that, 'tis close, and I know the way.
Well, alright then.
Farewell, Mother. Do not forget the stew on the fire. I would hate to return to a burned-down hut.
Bah! 'Tis far more likely you will return to see this entire area, along with my hut, swallowed up by the Blight.
All I meant was...
Yes, I know. Do try to have fun, dear.
Okay. Oh, we got plus 11 from Morrigan and plus 4 from Alistair. That's nice. Okay, that's a lot of stuff. Give me a second. Oh my gosh, okay. Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. Okay, Flemeth. You are required to do nothing, least of all believe. Ages ago, legend says Ban Conobar took to wife a beautiful young woman who harboured a secret talent for magic, Flemeth of High Ever. And for a time they lived happily, until the arrival of a young poet, Urson, who captured the lady's heart with his verse. They turned to the chastened tribes for help and hid from Conobar's wrath in the wilds, until word came to them that Conobar lay dying. His last wish was to see Flemeth's face one final time. The lovers returned, but it was a trap. Conobar killed Urson and imprisoned Flemeth in the highest tower of the castle. In grief and rage, Flemeth worked a spell to summon a spirit into this world to wreak vengeance upon her husband. Vengeance she received, but not as she planned. The spirit took possession of her, turning Flemeth into an abomination. A twisted, maddened creature, she slaughtered Conobar and all his men and fled back into the wilds. For 100 years, Flemeth plotted, stealing men from the chastened to sire monstrous daughters, horrific things that could kill a man with fear. These Kakari witches led an army of chastened from the wilds to strike at the Alamari tribes. They were defeated by the hero Cormac, and all the witches burned, so they say. But even now the wilders whisper that Flemeth lives on in the marsh, and she and her daughters steal those men who come too near. Morrigan's mother saved at the last Grey Wardens from death at the top of the Tower of Ishal, but just who or what Flemeth truly is a mystery. Yeah, okay, so King Cailan. He fell in battle alongside Duncan at Ostagar. Sir Calthrian. Some of us know what honour and loyalty are. Calthrian came to Logain's service the hard way. She belonged to a poor family and was out doing work on the farm when she saw a man on horseback being attacked by several bandits. She rushed to his assistance and found out belatedly that the man she saved was none other than the great hero Loghain. Though she was hardly more than a child, he took her in, offering her a position with his soldiers, and she climbed through the ranks through sheer determination. Becoming the commander of Marik's shield, Loghain's elite soldiers, was the proudest moment of her life. Alright, Duncan. He was killed in battle against overwhelming numbers of darkspawn at Ostagar alongside King Cailan. Oh. Al Eamon. Nobility does not exist without obligation. We owe all we have, even our lives, to our land and our people. As the maternal uncle of King Cailan, Al Eamon is one of the king's most trusted advisors. Redcliffe, while not a large or especially wealthy part of Ferelden, is a critical strategic location. The fortress guards the western pass that leads to Orlais, as well as the major trade route with Orzammar. A well-respected man, though not the most charismatic, King Cailan once said of him, "My Uncle Eamon is a man everyone thinks well of, when they remember to think of him at all." Okay. Wow. Okay, Loghain MacTier. During the battle at Ostagar, he fled the field, leaving King Cailan and the Grey Wardens to die. Okay, and Morrigan. Her mother claims to be Flemeth. If that's true, the Morrigan might well be a very powerful witch. I'm pretty sure that should be then Morrigan. For the tales of the daughters of Flemeth tell of twisted, monstrous women who can kill a man with fear. She was made to accompany the surviving Grey Wardens. The payment, Flemeth said, for saving their lives at the Tower of Ishal. Okay. Items. Havard's Aegis. Okay. Havard was Mepharath's closest friend. They were children together in the same Avar clan. They fought side by side in so many battles that Mepharath dubbed him Havard the Aegis, better to have at his side than any shield. Mepharath brought Havard with him to meet with the Tevinters. It was unthinkable to stand before his enemies without his Aegis. When he understood that Mepharath was giving Andraste over to be executed, Havard, unwilling to draw swords against his friend and liege, placed himself between Andraste and the Tevinter soldiers. The Tevinters struck him down, and Mepharath left him for dead. The Aegis was not so easily destroyed. Havard lived and made his way, gravely wounded, to the gates of Minrathous to stop the execution. Too late. He found only the ashes of the prophet, left to the wind and rain. When his fingers touched the ash, his ears filled with song, and he saw a vision of Andraste, dressed in cloth of starlight. She knelt at his side, saying, "Rise, Aegis of the Faith. The Maker shall never forget you so long as I remember." His wounds healed instantly, and with new strength, Havard gathered up Andraste's remains and carried them safely back to the lands of the Alamari. Okay. Why not? Alright. And Ogre. Towering over their darkspawn kin, the massive ogres are a rare sight on the battlefield. Traditionally, they only appear during a blight, but some records claim that ogres have been spotted in the deep roads, hunting alone or in small groups. At least one report by the Grey Wardens claims that an ogre was spotted alone in the Kokara Wilds in 919 Dragon, though it was weakened and easily dispatched. Up to 100 of these creatures can accompany a darkspawn horde at any one time during a blight, often using their great strength to burst through fortifications and demolish the front lines of the opposing army. They use brute force to charge their enemies like bulls, slam the ground with their fists to shake enemies off their feet, and hurl giant rocks into the face of oncoming foes. Melee can be difficult against a giant that snatches a warrior up in one hand, crushing the life out of him, or beating him into oblivion with the other hand. The nimble can try to wiggle his way free, or an ally can attempt an array of stunning blows on an ogre to free the comrade in danger. Grey Warden law urges caution when slaying an ogre. Unless it is ensured that they have received a major wound to the head or the heart, it is possible that they are lying dormant and will regenerate to full health within a matter of minutes. During a blight, most Grey Wardens recommend burning all darkspawn to ashes, dead ogres in particular. Wow, okay. I like to think that we definitely killed that one in the tower, because, I mean, we weren't chowed down on, so it must be dead. We must have killed it. Okay, so we need to seek out Al Eamon. Alistair thinks we should seek the help of Eamon Garin, the Al of Redcliffe. Al Eamon is a highly respected noble and has a great deal of influence in the Landsmeet. Alistair believes that he will certainly aid us once he learns about Logain's betrayal. Okay, we also have a paragon of her kind. Gain Orzamar's aid in battling the Blight. So, we need to travel deep underground to the fabled dwarven city of Orzamar to earn the trust of her king and dwarven troops for our army. Alright, nature of the beast. We need to gain the cooperation of the Dalish clans. The wandering Dalish elves, if brought together, are a force to be reckoned with. While they remain suspicious of outsiders, they may still honour the old Grey Warden treaties. Go to the Dalish elves and seek their help to bite the Blight. And Broken Circle. Gather the mages of the Circle for our army. The Circle of Magi is a group of powerful mages. If you can enlist their help, they will prove formidable against the darkspawn. The Circle Tower is situated on Lake Calenhad. Alright, and we've definitely finished these. Tower of Ishal. Yep, we lit the beacon as we were told to, but the reinforcements did not come. The Grey Wardens and the King were overwhelmed and slaughtered. That is a shame. Okay. Let's talk to Flemeth, why not?
Have you not left yet? I hope you are not hanging about for some stew.
You could come with us, you know. We could certainly use the help of someone with your power.
I prefer to remain here. Considering what the world has done to me, I have already done more than it deserves.
Really? And what has the world done to you?
That is between the world and me. Your business is elsewhere.
But you're far more powerful than we are. We could really use your help.
It is not a matter of power. No one person in all of Thedas has enough power to stand against a Blight. Were that the case, sending you two would be quite the jest. What is important is that you are both Grey Wardens. Your task is to unite the land, inspire its men, and turn them from their petty politics to face the archdemon. In that, you are more powerful than I by far. I am but an old woman whom the world has largely forgotten.
Okay, well, could you answer some questions before we go?
Questions. One would think a Grey Warden would be more interested in action.
Your magic. I'd like to know more about it.
Looking for new spells. Secrets you think old Flemeth has cooked up over the years. Well, they're of no use to you without years of practicing my ways. I am not like your circle with its books, you see. Not that I would mind a replacement daughter to order around.
Believe me, you do not want that.
Well, I've never actually been to a circle, but I can't say I disagree with the notion of books. How long have you lived in the wilds?
Since before I was wrinkled and old. You may think it strange, but I was once young and beautiful, just as Morrigan is now. Yes, men desired Flemeth then, and some even killed for her.
You don't seem very happy about that.
I am not, nor was I then. It dictated all that followed. But enough. You have your task to complete.
Alright, well, what are you going to do once we're gone? I imagine it'll be lonely without your daughter here.
Have a moment's peace for once.
I hear the peace of the grave is eternal.
This is the thanks I get for feeding you and putting up with you for this long. May your child one day treat you the same.
Feed me, she says. Without me, I swear, she shall be caked in dirt and eating tree bark inside of a month.
I hope you exaggerate, Morrigan. But, do you have any advice for us before we go?
About the darkspawn?
Anything, really.
Then hear this. I laugh at a world full of stupid humans who ignore the Blight's evil and abandon their vigilance to chase mortal goals. Remember, it is up to you to destroy the Blight. Pray not for someone else to destroy it. It will always nip at your heels.
I understand, I think.
Then we are done. Now, if you will excuse me, I have some dinner to eat.
Wow. Flemeth is intense. Okay. Don't think there's anything around here. No. But we can at least get some nice views. Oh, yeah. So I do like that she's built her hut close to a ruin. So I suppose it would be kind of easy to overlook if your eyes kind of hit the ruin and sort of slide off of the hut as well. You know. It's just a building near another building. There's no need to investigate kind of thing. But yeah, alright, let's go. Actually, let's equip Morrigan. Okay, hon, what can we give you? Darkspawn staff, what have you got? Magic staff. So... Ooh, okay. Does she want the +1 to magic or the +1 to spell power plus spirit damage? Let's give her the Darkspawn staff. Just because. Yeah. Okay. And the arming cap. Sorry, Morrigan. I am so sorry, but never mind. It looks good on you. Okay, Enchanter's footing. Brilliant. And she wants some gloves as well. Do we want to give her Dalish gloves, which will give her more dexterity, or some regular rough leather? What's that? Tier 1. I could give her some regular Tier 1 stuff, but... let's give her the studded leather gloves then. I might give Leliana the Dalish gloves. Oh, we'll see. Okay. She already has a necklace, which is Wildstone Clasp. Okay, she has willpower and mental resistance. So yeah, the heirloom necklace, not all that useful anymore. I probably should have sold it earlier, but I wasn't sure what Morrigan would come with, so... never mind. Okay. In fact, she can have her other staff in the other slot. Yeah. We should have enough room now. Okay, let's go. Let's go to Lothering. Alright. Ooh.
And I expect each of you to supply these men. We must rebuild what was lost at Ostagar, and quickly. There are those who would take advantage of our weakened state if we let them. We must defeat this darkspawn incursion, but we must do so sensibly and without hesitation.
Your lordship, if I might speak. You have declared yourself Queen Honora's regent, and claim we must unite under your banner for our own good. But what of the army lost at Ostagar? Your withdrawal was most... fortuitous.
Oh, Tegan, how dare you?
Everything I have done has been to secure Ferelden's independence. I have not shirked my duty to the throne, and neither will any of you!
The Banorn will not bow to you simply because you demand it.
Understand this. I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone.
Common and Logan getting up in their faces. I love it.
Ban Tegan, please!
Your Majesty, your father risks civil war. If Eamon were here...
Ban Tegan, my father is doing what is best.
Did he also do what was best for your husband, your Majesty?
pitter-patter of teeny tiny doggo feet. Yeah! Here you are. And you brought friends. You know what I like to see, doggy. Okay. World map. Yes, we've checked the world map. We're okay. Let's put my shield on. What about you, Morgan? Do you have a shield? She doesn't. Okay, but she does have frost weapons, so she can do that. Alistair. I don't think that they have bows, so we'll put precise striking in. Yeah, okay. And let's get in close and mind blast. Okay. What is she doing? Winter's Grasp. Nice, okay. And we could shapeshift, but I don't want to do that just yet. Where's Drain Life? She's not been hurt, so not yet. Vulnerability Hex. Where's the Alpha? There it is. Put that on that. Yeah, sure. Now, what do we want? Mana Drain on the Hurlock. Although it's an alpha, isn't it? So it probably doesn't have any to drain. But never mind. It's fine. And let's Winter's Grasp that one. And then move, because they're going to come awake soon. Yes. Okay. So, Morrigan. I'm going to have to use you to do the same thing. Mind Blast. Nice. Okay. And then, yeah, let's just freeze this one. Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, alright. Let's do horror on you. Nice. Okay. That's what we like to see, definitely. And disorient. She doesn't have enough mana. Okay. Well, never mind. You can hit that one from behind. And you can help Doggo. Nice. Perfect. Alright. Guys, that was lovely. He wags his tail happily and pants. Hello, boy. Are you the Mabari I helped cure in Ostagar?
I think he was out there looking for you. He's chosen you. Mabari are like that. They call it imprinting.
Does this mean we're going to have this mangy beast following us about now? Wonderful.
He's not mangy.
Tamlin and I always wanted a hunting companion. Although I was thinking more of a Corsa than a Mabari. But you know what? I think this was meant to be. Happy back. Oh, okay. What can I name you, doggy? What can I name you? Damn, what can I name him? The dog is basically a Grey Warden, isn't he? Basically. He was cured of the Blight just like I was, so let's call him Warden Woof. Absolutely. That's perfect. Warden Woof. The Mabari. The Mabari is clever enough to speak and wise enough to know not to. A Ferelden proverb. Laurel found this Mabari in the camp at Ostagar. His master was killed in the wilds, and Warden Woof fell ill from biting the darkspawn in battle. Warden Woof seems to have chosen Laurel as his new master now, seeking Laurel out after the battle at Ostagar and warning of an impending darkspawn attack. Good boy. As wardens should do, we stick together. Alright, Queen Honora, we have been given the gift of freedom by our forebears. Let us not squander it. The only child of the war hero Logain MacTeer, Anora has never been one to stay quietly in the background. It is common knowledge that in the 5 years Anora and Kaelin held the throne together, she was the one wielding the power. She is held in much higher esteem than her husband by the people of Ferelden, nobility and commoners alike, and commands the respect even of foreign nations, having once inspired Empress Selene of Orlais to declare, Anora of Ferelden is a solitary rose among brambles. Very nice. Probably her ruthlessness coming through. But, you know, if you're good, you're good. So, Logain. Understand this, I will brook no threat to this nation from you or anyone. He then returned to Denerim and declared himself the regent to his daughter, Queen Anora, demanding that Ferelden follow him against the darkspawn, upsetting a great many of the bands. Well, yeah. But is it really because he left Kaelin to die? Or is that just because he was a commoner telling nobility what to do? Okay, we've got party approval as well. That's nice. We'll get to that. Ban Tegan Garion. The Banon will not bow to you simply because you demand it. Younger brother to Al Eamon of Redcliffe and uncle to King Kaelin, Tegan holds the Banon of Rainsfair, a tiny province of Redcliffs squeezed between the Frostback Mountains and Lake Kellenhad. Ban Tegan avoids the Denerim court except to go hunting with his nephew, and rarely makes himself heard at Landsmeet, preferring to leave politics to his brother. So it's a big thing that he took a stand there. Mostly, I assume, because of grief from losing his nephew. Alright. So he was standing up to the person who he thought had caused his death. One of my party members has begun to genuinely like me and respect my leadership. As I improve my relationship with party members, I should head back to camp to speak with them. They'll be much more willing to open up when they don't have to worry about death around every corner, and I'll need to talk to them more if I want to continue to improve my relationship with them. I can track party members' approval ratings using the orange bar at the bottom of their character records. Okay. And world map. Yeah. I've just opened a world map. It details major locations of interest around the kingdom of Ferelden. I can use the world map to travel to various locations, although some are not available until I meet certain criteria. Sounds good to me. Okay. And I don't suppose the Mabari Hound. Alright, so it wasn't a follow-on to that quest at all. It was just an event that happened. Okay. Hairlock. Ooh, a greenstone. Nice. And that one was just 47 copper. But the alpha. Darkspawn Greatsword. Okay, and a health poultice. Well, the Greatsword will be useful for Sten. Let's grab this death root. Nice. And this elf root right here. Okay. Yep, return path. There's no more remains. And no more elf fruit or anything like that. Alright. Okay, saving game, good. I will... I think I'll actually leave it here before we reach Lothering, so... Alright, guys. Gosh, that was very close to my face. We're looking good. We are looking as a good party now. Now that we have 4 members. I do have the dog slot, so we'll be able to have the dog with another person here. As the game is meant to be played, really. So, is he frozen? He's frozen because he's technically an entire weapon himself, isn't he? Yeah. I like that. It makes him look very, very cute and magical. Alright, I'll leave it here. So, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, hit the like button. I upload 5 videos a week, so subscribe and you'll be notified when those go live. Hit the bell to update notifications. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.